So where to start? Well, really, it would be to engage the leadership. Obviously, somebody's interested because we've started, but you need to engage others in the leadership team in your company. You need to develop an IT strategy, and you really need to understand more often than not, the IT person in manufacturing will really be the IT person looking after the offices and that kind of IT, and not necessarily an industrial IT. So you need to be clear about your IT strategy. If you need to get somebody in who's more au fait with that, then it's two IT people. You need to understand that there's a difference between the two styles. You need to evaluate your IT operation. Again, you will have many systems in there. How can you connect them together? How can you improve it? Is there something you can do? But you need to come up with a plan. I can't tell you because obviously there are so many variables. It'll be for an expert to get involved really. You need to empower your employees to engage with training. Now this is one where this is a great one, and if you think about it, this is a great one to take up on. So for example, I run apprenticeships, and I would say to you, I offer business improvement technique apprenticeships. Now but I don't want apprentices. Well, use the staff you've got. Use people from the shop floor, from management, from wherever, and train them. And the reason I say this is there's a tremendous amount of funding to do it. It doesn't cost much. It doesn't mean people leaving your company for the day. There's no day release. What it does mean though is they work on a project, and business improvement technique is effectively lean process. So they actually work on a project, and the advantage for you is that project will pay for, if it's a good one, it'll pay for itself. It'll pay for the effort you put into it. The other thing is you're empowering the staff. Now I'm just giving you that as an example, but there's plenty of other ways of empowering employees. Ask them, how do we improve things? Get feedback. Involve them completely, and if you can, train them. The real reason that's stopping you progressing is the staff are not trained well enough. If you train them, you will let them go further. If you teach them, they can help you more and more. So the other thing then is shortlist areas for improvement. I used to do this for companies. I used to do the factory walk, and I used to spot things that they could not see. And why couldn't they see it? Because, to be fair, they don't see it as an issue, and they don't understand where a cost saving can be made. A cost saving, just so you're aware, when I do say the word cost saving, I don't mean we pay someone less or we get rid of somebody, but we improve the process. So there are areas where we can improve the process. And I will say this again, when we improve the process, it doesn't mean sacking somebody. When you improve something, you were really making your company more secure. You were not there to get rid of people. You were making jobs more secure. If you can make your company more efficient, you were saving jobs. So again, shortlist areas for improvement. You can do that yourself if you were really critical about walking around the plant. And again, focus on the improving processes. So encourage them, get people to submit comments on areas and ways they can improve. Take some time off and get people together in huddles, and try and mix management with warehouse staff, with somebody off the shop floor, with office staff, and you'd be surprised. Fresh eyes on a problem area will be so. For somebody, the answer will be obvious. For the persons involved closely, they probably can't see it. So break up into little teams and see if you could solve problems. Improve information management. Again, this is the flow of information from top to bottom. try and improve the ways that information flows down the stream, try and keep the paperwork more uniform, try and cut out paperwork, try and get it online wherever you can, try and simplify things. The more paperwork you got, the more problems you got. Understand your customer needs. I did say this in the previous slide. You really do need to understand your customers. They pay the bills, they keep everybody employed. And I will also say this, you need to diversify. If you are dealing with one particular customer, you are going to end up one day having a big problem. So you need to diversify wherever possible. You need to be constantly asking them what they want. What's the future? What are the trends? For example, if you supply engine parts and they switch to electric cars, all of a sudden you haven't got much of a business. So you need to think ahead. So understanding understanding threats. So this is obviously looking at your system already. You need to fully understand it, because if you're going to talk to anybody, you need to understand what you've got IT wise. You need to know how to back up. You need to know the security. You need to know the connectivity. The connectivity, just simply go round the factory and find out where the Wi-Fi hotspots are and where there's no reception, because obviously if you're planning things, you need to address these issues. Lots of factories that I know of have a lot of metal, a lot of steel inside them, which makes Wi-Fi difficult. You need to look at all these things. You need to look at the security. I go into lots of places and there's USBs left in this, left in that. System critical information. Do you really want to leave a USB in? How often are you backing up your data? Where are you backing it up to? Have you tried reloading it? Have you actually simulated a crash and tried to reload your data? You need to think about all these different things. Learn as much as you can. So where would you learn? Well, first off, industry experts. Northern Crucible, for example, we bring industry experts in front of you. So attend meetings like this. Doesn't have to be ours. It could be, there are others. So there's plenty of industry experts giving talks. So you need to search them out, see where they're talking, go and find them, go and attend, go and listen to them, and get involved in the question and answers. Most people are very frightened of question and answers, but if you write it down in advance, there's no silly questions, and more often than not, if you need the answer, you've got to ask. Financial advice. There is plenty of financial advice. If you don't know where to get it, just contact me. But there is financial support for people who take up new IT projects. Now, obviously, I'm not going to say it's there for everybody, but the criteria, it's not hard to access, and local government is supporting manufacturers who take on new IT, and it tends to be a pound for pound price matching exercise. And again, any support is well needed and encouraged. So search around. If you're not sure, just give me a call and I'll try and help you. Further education and higher education. Well, clearly there are people like our college at Rotherham who can help. But there are many other places. We're not the only ones, and there are many universities. So what I would say to you is, if you want apprentices, come to the colleges. If you want graduates, we've got the universities. We have elite engineers. We have engineering teams here. If you want to retrain your staff, again, lots of information is available to you. So there's plenty of help in the region. Organisations, you have a governing body, usually covering all sorts of things. So if you're a member of them, go to dig into their resources. There's also the Chamber of Trade. There are many things in the Sheffield area. There's Made in Sheffield, there's the Cutlers. There's a wealth of information, and of course one of the best sources of all is Google. Practically anything you want to know is available on Google. So again, search it out, type in the problem that you've got, and try and be quite specific about what you're asking, and lo and behold, I promise you that somebody else will be out there with the same issue and will have their solution. Go and have a look at it. So other manufacturers, well, obviously you need to interchange with other manufacturers. Again, at Northern Crucible, we really do encourage this. We bring the metals industry together, and they share information. They don't really see each other as competition. It's amazing. But yes, you will know who you can go and talk to. Go to their factory, go and have a look around, let them come to yours, and they will point things out to you, you will point things out to them, you will help each other. But what I'm saying here is learn as much as you can. Before you go off on this exercise, learn what you can in advance. It's never too late, and it's time really. If you want to progress, you need